I would say this is one of the best master grade kit, and I guess you guys might have a little bit of idea of what I'm going to talk about today. The master grade Barbatos Lupus. Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm Kawa from Hobbies. Today I'm going to bring a recent arrival from Bandai, which is a Gundam kit. And I would say this is one of the best master grade kit, not worker. And I guess you guys might have a little bit of idea of what I'm going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about the master grade Barbatos Lupus. And this is one of the recent release from the master grade production line. So you will notice a lot of details that are upgraded from the past or what we saw in the past of most of the master grade kit. No matter it's the appearance of visual design of the box itself or some gimmicks from the inside when you're assembling them. Okay, let's get started. So just a quick disclaimer, I haven't watched the Iron-Blooded Orphans yet. Most of the knowledge about this anime is from the accidentally spoiler eye browsing on the internet. So if I got anything wrong, just ignore it, okay? So if I remember this correctly, this should be one of the scenes of Mika piloting this unit fighting with someone, and it's one of the very important battle in the show, if I remember correctly. And this one is Barbatos Lupus, and this rod is from the opponent he's fighting with. So how can you tell this is a very recent released kit from Bandai? One of the most significant point is that if you look from the side, this side. So if you look on the side, I think Bandai started designing this side of the box, like one side of the box, as a vertical composition. So different to what we see in the past is like the landscape ones. Now we have the vertical ones at the same time. Or portrait, yes, portrait. So this is one of the upgrade from how it looks from outside. And that's the side of the box, generally giving you some basic information of the kit and some highlights of the kit. And as you notice here, all the language has been changed to English for the importing to the overseas market outside of Japan. It's very foreign modeler friendly, which is nice. And as you can see, they're giving you the front and rear view. And as you can see here, they're giving you both front and rear view of how it looks like after assembling. And I can tell this is how it looks like if you do all the coloring. And I can tell this is how it looks like. It's not 100% assembling. You need to do some extra touch on it because, for example, the fingers here, I'm pretty sure they didn't mold it in the correct color, so you need to paint the white by yourself. So this is a kit that requires some little tiny extra steps to make it look 10 times better than if you just assembled it. So it's a very nice choice. So this is gonna be a very nice choice if you're looking for some kit to practice yourself one step further from just assembling. Plus, as a master grade kit, they're giving you the figures. Nice. And speaking of most of the Iron-Blooded Orphan kit, the inner frame is one of the key point or highlights to see. So I will introduce that after we open the box. So let's move forward. Alright, for the opposite of the box, they're giving you the weapon. They're giving you the weapon options and some posing of the Barbatos Lupus. Alright, I can't wait to open this box. I believe Barbatos will never let Modulus upset. Trust me. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Oh wow. Oh wow, that's a lot of parts. So if you ever build the Master Grade Vida, you probably see some exactly the same sprue. I think Bandai is chucking some extra space in this kit, also in Vida, for you to use, just in case if you break anything. But I'm pretty sure the spare parts they're giving you is not some position that is easy to break. So feel free to use those spares as some upgrading or like bash building, whatever. After you finish building, you will see a bunch of unused spare parts sitting on the sprue, trust me. Okay. So this is a sticker come with the Barbatos Lupus. This is not a waterlight sticker, and I'm pretty sure this is a very default standard, the glue one. You know, it's slightly better than the paper one, but it's definitely underneath. But it's definitely one tier down compared to the water slide. And most of the patterns here, I'm pretty sure it's the very general like warning sign to put on the most of the gaps or the edge of the surface. And it also comes with the significant logo or the sign of the protagonist team. I forgot the name in English, but yeah, that's the option here. So except for the signs, we also have some lines like this or this sort of lines to help you upgrading the appearance of the amount of visual informations when you're assembling them. So speaking shortly is it helps you making the kit looks nicer after you assemble. We can see we can see the sprues at the back, these ones. I'm pretty sure these are the inner frames. So speaking of the sprues behind the sticker sheet, I believe it's the inner frame of the Barbatos Lupus. And I believe Barbatos Lupus is using 80% similar inner frame compared to Vida. So because Vida is a semi-new kit already, so they just fix a little bit. So they just do some very minimal upgrades compared to Vida, and doing some change based on the structure, based on some unique structure of Barbatos Lupus. And here we have the swappable hand parts, and that's the finger armor we saw on the cover art that you need to paint the Gundam white by yourself, I believe. And if I remember, so, and also here, these two things is one of the unique gimmick in this kit. So these two should be the parts. So these two should be the connection parts that connects to the flying, to the move. So these two parts should be the connection joints that connecting the booster on the waist of the Barbatos. So it has a rotatable structure itself here and connecting with the main body at the center. So it giving the booster jetpack, not jet, but it helps you moving faster. It helps it, so it giving them a little bit space of moving and posing around after you assemble, which is good. I pretty like that structure. And then moving to the next sprue, as we can see is here. This is the most significant feature on most of the Iron-Blooded Orphan units, which is the hydraulic rod. So the rod is generally connecting to the arms and legs, so it can slightly extend when you bending or expanding the arms or legs, which looks pretty cool, I believe. And this is pre-printed in a very beautiful chrome silver, and it's a semi-gloss silver. Pretty cool. And here we have more rods, and over here we have more rods, general rods, and what else? And that's the armor. And the transparent green parts here is on the knee. Thankfully they don't use stickers. I appreciate it. And this should be the eyes. So the transparent green parts here is for the structure on the knees. There is a pattern on the center of the knee, and I'm very appreciative that Bandai doesn't give me the sticker to do that transparent green part. And also we can see here, I believe it's the shoulder armor. They pre-molded the sign of the protagonist's team, Mika's team. They pre-molded the team that Mika, which is the pilot of this unit, he belongs to, in a pre-mold holo, as a holo format, which is 10 times nicer than just a flat surface with stickers. And here we have the very sharp, and here we have the very unique and sharp antenna. The very unique shaped antenna. And also, yes, they didn't give, and that's a back view. So, and this is the legs and the booster attached to the waist here. So I'll try to roughly see if it works that way. Yeah, it should, as you can see, it should be. So as you can see here, these two supposed to, so this one here should be attached to here. And what else we have? I believe this pack are the weapon options. So this time we get a pair of the gun. We get a pair of gun to attach to the front arm by a sliding lock to snap on the side of your arm, and then giving you two of the sword, giant sword, and one of the massive side sword, like this. Oh, here it is. So even we get the transparent green eye parts, they're still giving you this. They're still giving you these plastic stickers to stick on the base of the eye parts to enhance the lighting, to enhance the color of the eyes. And this is another side of the shoulder that promoting the sign of the team. And this time I'm pretty sure the shoulder armor is detachable to allowing you add the effect parts of frame, to allowing you attaching the effect parts of the blue flaming, which is sold separately from Bandai. And here we have the semi-gloss gold, and also some sharp body armor parts in the standard Gundam white. Very beautiful color. And this is more inner frame parts. So as you can see that's more inner frame parts, or it could be spare. I'm not sure, but yeah. And this is more inner frame parts, or it could be the spare parts. I'm not sure. It looks like a spare parts to me. And yeah, you can definitely tell from the amount of the inner frame parts that the inner frame is a very important part of the Iron-Blooded Orphan kits, which makes them all very unique from other series of the anime. And also, we get the full translated manual, which is nice. So, and so very English speaker friendly. Nice. And yeah, that's all of today's video. One more thing before I finish off is, according to what I see on the internet, there are a lot of people missing the hydraulic rods part, the sprue of the chrome silver. They're missing, or they got an extra. So if you're buying this kit, just making sure you double check if every sprue is in there. And that's all of today's video. I'm Kawa from Hearns Hobbies. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!